What would you do if a zombie apocalypse broke out? Would you barricade the doors and windows? Or would you venture outside and scavenge supplies and fight off the infected with blunt force weapons? In zombie games, you run outside and slash your way through the horde with no reservations. Dying Light is different. I found myself role-playing the character. During the day, I kept my head on a swivel and looted garbage cans, cabinets, and crates and avoided disgusting zombies as if it was flu season. If I was out in the zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't even want to brush by a zombie, let alone hack its skull with a rusty lead pipe. And this is how Dying Light made me feel. I love Dead Island. I loved it so much I played it twice, once alone and once with a friend. Techland took their great idea in Dead Island, which is essentially a first-person Dead Rising mixed with Borderlands, and cleaned it up and took it in a better direction. Instead of being frustrated in a crowded alleyway full of grabbing and bite-happy zombies, Dying Light puts you in the split-toe ninja shoes of a parkouring hero. When I left the safety of the tower, routed up and over buildings knowing zombies couldn't climb, I tried to stay quiet, like a parent around the house when the kids are sleeping, because if I dropped noisily onto the top of a van, an angry zombie was going to come running, and those zombies know how to climb. Dying Light captures the feeling and features of some of our favorite games. Like the older GTA games, once you're being pursued by pissed off zombies that have an itch on their teeth that can only be scratched by chomping through fresh human T-bone steaks, you head for the nearest safe zone a la Pay and Spray and find comfort in barbed wire enclosures and UV lighting. Dying Light has a real changing day and night cycle, with 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. being the dark time when some of the zombies are out looking for you. The 24-hour clock takes 24 minutes with the night cycle lasting a tense and vulnerable 7 minutes. Of course the parkour system is ripped from Mirror's Edge, and it feels great, even making just traversing the game its own game. You feel totally powerful and in control as you mantle, climb, and leap from awning to roof, avoiding conflict with the dumb but persistent zombies, which is offset by the fun of keeping away. Kind of like how the balance of using VATS and straight combat in Fallout 3 kept things feeling fresh and fun. How many games have we played over the past 4 or 5 years hoping to capture that feeling of Fallout 3? No games can, or have. Dying Light doesn't try to, but in a lot of ways, it's captured that feeling. That feeling where you really need to scavenge and collect things to survive. Everything about this game immerses you. The opening and closing of each door, drawer, and container, the way he stoops down to unclick the trunk lid, and the Fallout Skyrim lock-picking puzzle that trumps all other versions. What a great rip-off. There was one side quest where someone asked me to go to a bridge at night and steal UV bulbs. This is one of the most tense quests as the bridge is full of zombies at night, and the searching eyes of the nasties seem to be everywhere. Climbing a bridge support already hundreds of feet over the water was so fantastic that my hands were trembling on the controller. Can I jump? We'll find out. The combat in Dying Light is a massive improvement over Dead Island, which felt just like the melee combat in Skyrim. Here in Dying Light, your hits bounce off the heads of your enemies. Your pipe bounces right and the zombie's head cracks and bounces left. And the sound? Splish, splash, crunch. As you walk the streets, you hear zombies grunting, yelling, pipes bouncing on the concrete, bottles being kicked around, making you feel like you may be safe inside this abandoned store for a minute, but zombies can hear you and are anxious to spread their infection. Then the music kicks in. The same guy, Pavel Blazak, that composed the music for Dead Island, did this soundtrack. A mix of horror themes and Mass Effect 1 pulsing rhythms. In some missions, the songs get your heart pumping with driving beats and futuristic sequencing. A lot of people have been complaining about the story. I have an argument here. What games have actually had a good story in the past few years? But where Dying Light gets an excuse is, I'm making my own story. I'm out doing side quests, and I feel like it's me out there getting braver as night approaches. As I was helping survivors, looking for interesting ways to dispatch zombies, like drop-kicking them into spike bus grills, my controller would shake as the sound of a C-17 appeared over the horizon. I would climb a shack and look around frantically, "The plane! The plane!" and haul oats over the red smoke to get the airdrop crate. And if some bandits beat me to the drop, I'd slice through them with a machete with a 9-volt battery attached to the hilt. What would you do if there was a zombie apocalypse? Would you arm yourself with 4 firearms and a few medkits? Craft a teddy bear with industrial fans? Or huddle in an abandoned hotel with some electrified chain-link gates? Or are you going to go out there and climb the rooftops and keep the zombies at bay with a garden sickle? Make your choice now, because in zombie games, the infection spreads fast and the running zombies are even faster.